Hey, I'm Dr. Dave Harris. I want to welcome you to our series of videos on television and video production. We're talking about video cameras today, specifically talking about the connections you'll find on the side and the top of a specific video camera that you may find in the professional world. Here we have the side connectors of a generic video camera that we found. This is a Panasonic camera. We have a Genlock input. This is if we want to connect this to an old school standard definition setup. Not really many of those out there, but I do want to let you know that that's what this is for. If we're using a standard definition, old school analog setup, wow, man, I remember those days. That's Genlock, and then we're also going to have this video output. That's going to be a standard definition video output, an analog video output that can be used then in a Genlock switched system if you have the access to that in today's world. We also have these two timecode in and out connectors. The top one is the timecode in, the second one is the timecode out. That's if you're doing a master and slave relationship with the timecode. So if you have two cameras that are like this, one accepting timecode in, the other one providing the timecode on its output, you can have one be the master, the other be the slave, set up the menu so that you've got free run, and you have the ability then to have those timecode displays, and on the underlying video that is being recorded, you can have the exact same timecode happening at the exact same point in time so that you can cut in post those two cameras together and have exact frame accurate cuts between those things. Now, we also have two analog audio outputs. These are on RCA connectors. Notice you also only get channel 1 and channel 2, where on this camera you actually have 4 channels of audio. You only get access to channels 1 and channel 2 on the RCA connector. You'll also find on many cameras a computer connector. This one happens to be USB 2.0. Probably don't see much of this anymore, but you are going to have some sort of computer connector on most cameras in today's world. Lastly, I want to talk about the shoes and the taps that you may find on the top handle of cameras that you may come across. This right here is the handle. It's on the top. This is where we grab the camera and take it with us. On this one, I've got a tap right here, and I've got a tap right here. Standard industry size there so that you can add things like lights or poles or transmitters, things like that. And then also on some cameras, you'll have a powered shoe, which you can slide things like lights into. That's a hot shoe if it's got power, or if it doesn't have power and it's just a shoe for sliding things in, it'll be a cold shoe, meaning it doesn't have any power at all. I also want to alert you to two last things. The first one is this button right here labeled REC. This is going to get the transport controls going, the record essentially button. So you can push that, get that camera recording from one of 3 locations on this particular camera. And then also this little knob right here, there's a like one that's actually on the back of the camera where we don't have it. Actually, I might have it right here. Yep, there it is, one right there, one up there. That's so that you can connect a shoulder strap to this camera so it's easier to carry around if you're doing things like electronic news gathering. This video is part of a series of videos on television and video production. I want to invite you to our page where you can find more videos and playlists, and subscribe if you want updated playlists, and please consider contributing to our Patreon page if you want to have more videos like this in the future. And as always, I thank you for your support. I'm Dr. Dave Harris.